and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joy, and guys, we have a breaking story. Thomas Matthew Crooks' father just spoke and was seen in public for the first time. We haven't heard anything from these people. Now, the things that we have heard and we have seen investigators go to their house several times, but we haven't actually heard from them specifically. And yet they've kind of been in hiding, which I can somewhat understand, but now we see them at a grocery store and there is a woman with him. We're not entirely sure exactly who that is. It could be the wife. I think it's his daughter, which we have some information on and I'll give some updates about. And I have some information about the family to see if this whole thing can be resolved. As well, when it comes to them, we do know that the neighborhood they were in had to be cleared out because there was a bomb threat as a result of Thomas Crooks. And we've heard from some of the neighbors, but we're just getting some more insight into what's going on with them because we know Thomas lived with them and that could help us figure out the whole situation and what's going on. And guys, if you want to be kept up to date with this and you like this content, make sure and subscribe, hit that notification bell as well, guys. As I'm going through all this with you and I'm going to show you the video, sound off in the comments. Tell me, what do you see? What do you hear? What am I missing? I love hearing from you guys. Also, leave me a like. Everything helps. So let's go ahead and let's jump into this. This is from TMZ, and it says, Thomas Matthew Crooks, dad surfaces in public, bats down media questions. Life goes on for Thomas Matthew Crooks' father in the wake of his son's death following an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, because he was just seen in public for the first time since the deadly rally. Matthew Brian Crooks ventured out Monday in the family's Bethel Park, Pennsylvania hometown, stocking up on groceries and heading back to his car, refusing to answer questions about his now infamous son. The Crooks patriarch told a Fox News digital photog that family would release a statement when advised by their legal team, and until then, they have no comment on anything. TMZ's dad did offer this, however. We just want to try to take care of ourselves right now. Matthew was shopping with a masked woman. Unclear if she's Thomas's mother or another relatives, as it looks like he doesn't want to make too many grocery runs in public because his cart was packed to the brim. Can't blame him for that. As you know, Thomas slipped past the Secret Service at Trump's rally July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, and fired shots at the presidential candidate from his rooftop perch on a nearby building. One of Thomas's shots hit Trump's ear, and another ended audience member Corey Comparator. He was then killed by a counter sniper. Thomas lives with his parents in Bethel Park and was a member of local gun club. His father was profiled by the Trump campaign in 2016 and was labeled a strong Republican who was into guns. The Crookses are cooperating with an FBI investigation, and it sounds like they will have more to say soon. And guys, this is the video so you can see for yourself exactly what was said. Then we're going to get into exactly who he was with, because I think we have some answers.
Get back to that hearing. I do have a related story to bring to you. Take a look at this.
Matthew,
this is for the first time right now. We are seeing the father of a Trump shooter snapping back at the media. This was a video that was located just yesterday by Fox News Digital. For the first time, Thomas Matthew Crooks' father was spotted in public since the 20-year-old gunman opened fire at former President Donald Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, according to a local business employee and a neighbor who identified him in that picture. So let's play it out for you in full right here on Live Now from Fox.
Why would your son want to kill the president?
Back off!
No comment.
No comment!
Were there any warning signs, Matthew?
No comment.
How's Mary holding up?
No comment.
We'll release a statement when our legal counsel advises us to do so. Until then, we have no comment. We just want to try to take care of ourselves right now. So please, give us our space.
Have the feds released?
All right, the father is saying that they are not releasing a comment right now, that they demand a space as well. Fox News Digital previously reported that Crooks' parents, Matthew and Mary, called police hours before the shooting, saying that he was missing, that they were concerned about his welfare. It is unclear whether they knew that he was in possession of the AR-15 registered to his father. Both Matthew and Mary Crooks are licensed as professional counselors, according to the Pennsylvania Department of State licensing system verification system there. Let's play this out for you one more time before we go back to the hearing.
Matthew, why would your son want to kill the president?
Back off.
No comment.
No comment.
Were there any warning signs, Matthew?
No comment.
How's Mary holding up?
No comment.
We'll release a statement when our legal counsel advises us to do so. Until then, we have no comment. We just want to try to take care of ourselves right now. So please, give us our space.
Have the feds released the body to you yet?
And this is from the New York Post. It says, would-be Trump assassin Thomas Crooks' family includes hardworking big sister who's really friendly as feds still search for motives. And you can see that's his sister here. And that's who I think was probably with him shopping, but we don't have it confirmed. And it says, details are beginning to trickle out about the family of would-be Trump assassin Thomas Matthew Crooks as federal investigators struggle to determine a clear motive for the attack that shocked the nation. The Crooks family has so far been silent and kept out of the public eye. Neighbors who live on the same street as the Crooks' modest 3-bedroom home in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, barely recognize them. A neighbor of Katie Crooks, Thomas's sister, described her as a hardworking woman who juggled 2 jobs and who moved into their apartment building in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, with the help of her brother 3 years ago. The person who helped her, I couldn't tell if it was male or female, the neighbor told the Post of his initial reaction to Thomas, 20. A couple days later, I asked if one of her siblings, if that was her, and she said it was her brother, the one who shot Trump. He was really scrawny, he said, which, yeah, we've seen that. The neighbor noted that Katie's father, Matthew Brian Crooks, appeared to be too heavy to help her move and instead opted to drive the moving truck while Thomas helped his sister settle in. Now, don't quote me on this, but I feel like I saw somewhere there's some disability situation, like physically disabled thing, which I am, so I have compassion for that. Don't quote me, but I feel like I heard that somewhere, even though I do know he and his wife worked or still work. So it says, the neighbor noted that Katie's father, Brian Matthew Crooks, appeared to be too heavy to help. While he couldn't speak much about Thomas, the neighbor noted that Katie was a real go-getter who worked as a janitor at a local high school and a server at a restaurant. She's really friendly, he said. She's a nice girl. I couldn't say a bad word about her. Like her brother, Katie is a registered Republican. Their father is a registered libertarian, but we know in 2016 he had signs for Trump in his yard, and we've also heard he's a Republican, so I've gotten mixed reports on that. The older sister was presumably spotted exiting her red Hyundai Kona on Monday night and bringing in luggage to the Crooks' family home in Bethel Park, according to footage from the local national outlets. It was also recently revealed that Thomas had graduated from Community College of Allegheny County in Pittsburgh in May, having majored in engineering science, according to the school. And apparently, the community college has also spoken up about the situation, and this is what they've said. So it says it was also revealed that Thomas had graduated from the Community College of Allegheny County in Pittsburgh in May, having majored in engineering science, according to the school. Like all Americans, we are shocked and saddened by the horrific turn of events that took place in Butler, Pennsylvania on Saturday, the college said in a statement. We are grateful that former President Trump is safe and recovering, and we extend our condolences to the family of Corey Comparator of the loss and offer our thoughts and prayers to all others who have been impacted by this tragedy. Following his graduation, the would-be Trump assassin was set to attend Robert Morris University near Pittsburgh in the fall, college officials confirmed in that post. And they also said, our hearts go out to former President Donald Trump, the family of Mr. Corey Comparator, and anyone physically or emotionally harmed by this tragic event. We stand against violence in all forms, are committed to fostering a safe and supportive community for all. We've also recently heard from his high school, which is interesting. Take a listen to this. It says, Trump gunman Thomas Crooks, high school, corrects misconceptions, says he wasn't on rifle team. So we had heard that he'd tried out for the rifle team and they rejected him. We don't know why at this point, but that was the information we had. So people were kind of confused as to what was going on. It says, Bethel Park School District clarifies any common misconceptions about President Trump shooter Thomas Crooks. And it says, the school district where former President Trump's would-be assassin Thomas Crooks attended high school put out a statement in an attempt to quell any common misconceptions. Bethel Park School District updated its statement on Crooks Saturday, stating that he was never a member of the school's rifle team and that there is no record of him trying out. The team's coach does not recall meeting him, the statement reads. It is possible that Crooks informally attended a practice, took a shot, and never returned. BPSD wrote. We don't have any record of that happening. Crooks graduated from Bethel Park High School in May 2022. Classmates said he was bullied in high school over his appearance, but the district said, according to its records, Crooks excelled academically, regularly attended school, and had no disciplinary incidences, including those related to bullying or threats, adding that he was quiet, bright young man who generally got along with his teachers and classmates. The district also disputes that Crooks even threatened violence ever against the school, stating an incident from 2019 was investigated, addressed, and the student involved was disciplined. This was about somebody apparently making a bomb threat on one of the school forums. People thought it was him, so I guess they're saying it's not him, but don't know. It had no connection whatsoever to Thomas Crooks, they said. One peer at Bethel Park High School said Crooks was an avid gamer who enjoyed building computers. School counselor Jim Knapp, we'll get into this, recalled seeing Crooks sitting alone during lunch. He would occasionally check on the isolated boy, but he would then tell him that he was content by himself. I really do believe this young man just snapped. Knapp told Pittsburgh Action 4 News. He really just snapped. And evil is in the world and evil took over him. Classmate Max Rich told Fox Digital that he was a quiet kid. So, guys, I want to go over this a little bit because I do think this is interesting. I can't legally fault his family for not saying anything. When you're in a situation like this, legally it is best to keep your mouth shut. I've never been through something like this, but you guys have followed me, have known I don't know if you've gotten in trouble, but I've been through one federal court issue, as you guys followed me through, which was crazy. And in that, what I learned was keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything unless your lawyer tells you to or unless you're spoken to. And that's what I did. And luckily it worked out for me and my lawyer, and everything worked out in our favor in the way that in the best possible situation that probably could have happened, which was good. And the judge ruled in our favor every time. But this is what you are legally advised to do. But there are so many questions. I guess one thing is, couldn't you at least put out a statement about like, you're sad that things are not good, that people's lives ended? But then again, here's the other thing. What if his parents have questions like we do? Now, I'm not absolving Thomas Crooks of anything he did. I'm not absolving it. I'm not even suggesting that his parents are defending his actions. But were his parents sitting there thinking, did our son do this? Were there other people involved? What happened to our son? I wonder if they have the same questions that all of us have. Who got my son into this? Were people visiting my son? Are they just now learning that their son was in a Black Rock video? Like, how far down the rabbit hole are his parents going with this? What are they trying to figure out? And the other thing, too, we have to remember is, like, they're parents that are mourning the loss of their kid. It's an awful situation all around. There's still parents who lost a child, and that's just horrible. And so, I wish the best for them. I really do. A lot of people are saying, well, they were counselors. How could they have missed this? Well, guys, the school counselor, as we're seeing here, the school counselor came out and said, no, he wasn't bullied. He was fine. I would have known. The school counselor who basically sees you once a year to check on your schedule, and that's it. Well, we have a beat on that sort of thing, and I would have known. No, there's a lot of stuff y'all aren't going to know because kids keep a lot of that to themselves. I'm going to trust more so the classmates than I'm going to trust the professionals. Not because I'm trying to put the professionals down, but because I think that this is a way for them to try to absolve guilt from themselves when it's not their fault. They don't have to. It's a school guidance counselor, not like a mental health counselor, at least not at that school, right? So it's not necessarily in his purview to have to fix all of those things, and nor could he see it. I'm sure there's a few hundred students at that school, right? I don't know, but still, that's going to be a big enough school. I just found it interesting. He was like, no, we would have known. But what we're seeing is the classmates coming out and having a totally different account. I'm going to more so believe the classmates. But this is sad, and I do hope that we hear from them at some point, but I think this is just a situation that's going to take time. And I guess we'll just all try to be respectful of that. And, if something does come out, we'll cover it on here and I'll go about it. But I just, to them, I also want to wish them condolences and peace because they lost a son. And I do think that's important to remember. What do you guys think about them being quiet? Do you think that legally they should in this situation? Or do you think that regardless they should come out and at least say something about people who lost their lives? Do you think that they should be offering up more information to the public on their kid? I think we all have so many questions, and I wonder if they wonder what we're wondering. who all is involved with this. And I kind of wish they would talk. I kind of wish they would speak and give us some information so we can all piece this together. Because right now, at this point, it's up to the American public. That's a scary place for it to be up to all of us, because many times if we see things that don't add up, if we see too many coincidences, our brains will put patterns together that may or may not be correct. I speak from experience. I've been a somewhat more known YouTuber in the past who've had people made crazy conspiracies on me. And when you listen to some of what they think they're hearing as misinformation, you'd be like, okay, I get some of that. I can understand maybe how they put it together, but they're wildly off and it doesn't make it true. So you have to be really, really careful when you're looking at analyzing and stuff like this. That's why on this channel, I try to give you the information fair and unbiased. If I do have a bias somewhere, I'm gonna tell you, right? Like at this point, I lean way more Trump now, and I've explained why. But at the same time, I do think we have to be careful because we're the detectives, but we need to also be as fair and kind and considerate and compassionate and empathic as possible in our quest for the truth. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about my assessment? What do you think about his parents saying what they've said? Tell me your thoughts, guys. Sound off in the comments. If you like content like this, want to be kept up to date, make sure and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave me a like. That just personally helps me on this channel and helps me grow. All right, guys, until the next video, I'm giving y'all hugs, kisses, stay safe, and as always, your girl will see you soon. Bye.